Hello and welcome back to another video. Today no speed paint but an ACEO Card Collection video. I showed you my Pokemon ACEO Card Collection last year and the year before, so why don't also showcase all the other awesome cards I got so far. As I was mostly concentrated to collect the Pokemon ones the last couple years, I don't have so many recent ones, but for this year I'm participating in more trading events and Team Swaps do not only always draw Pokemon. The folder is loosely split into 4 different categories. The first one you can see here are random cards. Most of them are prints I brought from various artists and only a few of them are originals. I loosely structured them around themes if it was possible. So the first page are Asian themed cards, first row some Chinese clothes, then Japanese clothes, and the last row is probably a bit more oriental looking. Also, I mostly have those cards here only single-sided because many artists choose so wonderful backs for their cards, so those also deserve some love. The second page is except for the first card from a set where each artist got a goodies and a color. So there's for example Hammers in yellow or Bastard in orange, and you could get this set on a convention if you brought something from every participating artist. The next pages features really randomly collected cards. They don't fit any of the categories, they are simply pretty cards. Those 2 cards in the middle row are actually no ACEOs, but nearly the size of them, so therefore I also kept them in here. Starting from the last card of this page onto the next 3 are cards from a big set with a magical theme. Some of them are a collaboration between 2 artists and some are from 1 artist only, and I find it awesome how different magic can be interpreted. And also, since they all have the same backside, I put some of them in here double-sided. Now the themed swap part is starting. In case you don't know these, there you can join a group where everyone has to draw something with the same topic. Usually you have to draw 3 or 4 cards and then you send them all to one person and get the same amount of cards from other artists back. The first 2 cards are from a 3 material themed swap. There you were only allowed to use 3 different pens, or in case of this one card 3 different kinds of paper to create an artwork. The turtle was a print I got together with the letter for the swap, so I put it in here too. The next row was London themes and the last one was opposites. Okay, here I'm not quite sure how to correctly describe it in English, but it was to draw things that are tacky or cheesy, and it was one of my very first themed swap back in 2013. The next cards were universe themed and the last one I got from a giveaway here on YouTube. These cards here were from a Sun, Moon and Star team swap, and the other ones are from a video games background one. Both with prints we as participants got together with the originals from the leader of the swaps. The first row is from a primary color swap where each participant got to draw a card with each features blue, red or yellow. The next row has some really fun cards because all of them are foldable. So let me show you what's hidden inside those cards. Then we have two whimsical animals and the first of two cards from a garden bird themed swap. The other two cards on the first row are from a Draw This Again swap, and the last card on this page is from a John Bender Disney one. I have two more of those that you will see later. The next two pages feature mermaid cards. The first row is from a mermaid swap, the other ones on this page are prints from various artists. The first one on this page is also from the 3 materials challenge one, but as it was a mermaid I put this card here. The first in the last row is the gender swapped Ariel and also fitted perfectly in here, and the last two are from a Pokemon Mermaid Ginger swap. Next comes a little bit more fan art from various franchises, starting with Warrior Cats. Then there's a character from Winnie the Pooh, Hamura from Madoka, Miu Ichigo, and two characters from a German mangaka. Elsa and Sleeping Beauty, as well as the male Pocahontas, are the last Disney cards I have in this collection. The middle row features two Vocaloid characters and Mirako from Full Moon Wasagashite, and last row shows some Animal Crossing cards from which I hope to collect some more in the future, as this is my second most favorite Nintendo game. And here are some more cards from various different movies and series, and I see I forgot one Disney card, though this is the last one. Also, 4 of those cards are from an old-timer anime themed swap. Then my OCs are following, my most dearest cards because, well, they feature my babies. Starting here with Aiki, a blue-haired rabbit girl. Next is my OC Nikoko, and here you can clearly see that she got another outfit over time, only the last rows show her in her new outfit. Merle, the magical girl, is one of my favorite OCs at the moment, if I'm honest, and I really need to draw her more often. Feli here has a human and a cat form, just as most of my cat OCs have, and here you can see both of them. Lucy is a sweets lover and a baking queen. Clarice here is a broken doll because those are awesome and I love creepy dolls. As long as they're not really in my room, of course, otherwise I would probably get some sleeping problems. Dulce here is probably one of the more complex to draw characters, at least traditionally, because she has galaxy colored hair. I find it really interesting how differently artists approach this and always are unique and beautiful. Kaya here only got one card so far. I probably need to change that in future. Same goes for Leo here on this page and Calippa on the next one. The ghosts around Leo are glowing in the dark back then, but since this card is also already quite old, they sadly don't do this anymore. One of my mermaid OCs is on this page. The first and the last card are from the same artist, just a few years difference. If you want to know any of the artists from a card, just leave a comment, I will then give you the name, and if I can still provide you with a link where to find the artist, I will also give you that. My kitty Erdbear and another cat from her story are on this page. As one of my oldest OCs, she's also really dear to me. On this page is my butterfly kitty, and I was actually super happy when I got this card back then because I adored the artist and when I first asked her about a trade, she declined because I wasn't good enough back then. But a few years later she accepted the trade, and back then I was so proud that she traded with me. This is one of my Candyland OCs. Soon I will get another card for this page, but as for now I have this sweet little kitty on this page. Last but not least, here is a beautiful card of my OC Celeste with a nice sunsetty gradient and colors. The last pages are original cards I didn't trade yet. Some of them are for themed swaps where I didn't finish all the cards yet, some are drawn for friends or for Patreons where I still need to finish other ones before shipping them. Some are randomly drawn and some were for trades or commissions, but I never got my part of the card or the money, so I still have them with me. If you like any of the randomly drawn cards or the never traded or paid ones, you could write me, maybe we could trade them if you like them. So on this first page, the first row is where my very first cards are, and actually I had the wrong sizes in mind, so they're a little big. The second row shows some OCs and 2 OCs of friends from back then, and the last row is a random cards one. Next I drew 3 food inspired girls, Cupcake Girl, Spaghetti Girl and Ice Cream Girl. Then there are 4 Vocaloid cards, and lastly 2 OCs again for friends back then. On the other page are the first 4 from never paid commissions and a redraw from the very first card, and then 4 cards for trades that never happened, starting with an underwater Miku, some warrior cats, Fanart, a dragon, and lastly Rin from Vocaloid. The first run of this page was also for a trade that never happened, where the other ones except for the random bird here were for friends and follower. Then on the other page are the first 7 my OCs I did together with Pokemon during Inktober, and the last 2 are from ongoing Frozen themed swap where I still have to finish the last card. On the last page, some cards for Patreons from various anime, and well, that's it. I hope you liked the video. As I'm not getting nearly as many new cards as for the Pokemon binder, I'm not sure whether I will do an update video for this in the next years. But if you like videos like this and would, for example, like to see my old traditional drawings that I keep in a binder or old sketchbooks, please tell me. Also, if you have any other idea of similar content you would like to see, you can write me. If you like the video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, and if you don't want to miss future videos, please subscribe. I will also link you the Pokemon ACEO collection, so you can also watch this if you are interested.